Sing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Day 116 of 365, Monday, April the 26th, 2021. Today's reading, Psalm 60, 1 Kings chapter 11 verses 15 through 20, 2 Samuel chapter 23 verses 8 through 39, 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verses 10 through 47, 2 Samuel chapter 8 verses 15 through 18, 1 Chronicles chapter 18 verses 14 through 17. Psalm 60 is the song of the victories of Jehovah through people like David. The other readings are more of David's victories and the heroics of his mighty men. Psalm chapter 60 verses 1 through 12. To the choir master, according to Shushan, Eduth, and Mikam of David, for instruction, when he strove with Aram Naharam and with Aram Zobah, and when Joab on his return struck down 12,000 of Edom in the valley of Salt. O God, you have rejected us, broken our defenses. You have been angry, O restore us. You have made the land to quake, you have torn it open. Repair its breaches, for it totters. You have made your people see hard things. You have given us wine to drink that made us stagger. You have set up a banner for those who fear you, that they may flee to it from the bow, Selah. That your beloved ones may be delivered, give salvation by your right hand to answer us. God has spoken in his holiness. With exaltation I will divide up Shechem, and portion out the vale of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim is my helmet, Judah is my scepter, Moab is my wash basin, upon Edom I cast my shoe. Over Philistia I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Have you not rejected us, O God? You do not go forth, O God, with our armies. O grant us help against the foe. For vain is the salvation of man. With God we shall do valiantly. It is he who will tread down our foes. 1 Kings chapter 11 verses 15 through 20. When David was in Edom, and Joab the commander of the army went up to bury the slain, he struck down every male in Edom. For Joab and all Israel remained there 6 months, until he had cut off every male in Edom. But Hadad fled to Egypt, together with certain Edomites of his father's servants. Hadad still being a little child, they set out from Midian, and came to Paran, and took men with them from Paran, and came to Egypt, to Pharaoh king of Egypt, who gave him a house and assigned him an allowance of food and gave him land. And Hadad found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh, so that he gave him in marriage the sister of his own wife, the sister of Tahpenes, the queen. And the sister of Tahpenes bore him Genubath, his son. And Tahpenes weaned in Pharaoh's house, and Genubath was in Pharaoh's house among the sons of Pharaoh. 2 Samuel chapter 23 verses 8 through 14. These are the names of the mighty men whom David had: Jashab-Basshebeth, a Tachmonite. He was chief of the three. He wielded his spear against 800 whom he killed at one time. And next to him among the three mighty men was Eleazar the son of Dodo, son of Ahohi. He was with David when they defied the Philistines, who were gathered there for battle, and the men of Israel withdrew. He rose and struck down the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clung to the sword. And the Lord brought about a great victory that day, and the men returned after him only to strip the slain. And next to him was Shammah, the son of Agee, the Hararite. The Philistines gathered together at Lehi, where there was a plot of ground full of lentils, and the men fled from the Philistines. But he took his stand in the midst of the plot, and defended it,
and struck down the Philistines. And the Lord worked a great victory. And the 3 of the 30 chief men went down and came about harvest time to David at the cave of Adullam, when a band of Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then at Bethlehem. 2 Samuel chapter 23, verses 15 through 23. And David said longingly, "Oh, that someone would give me water to drink from the well of Bethlehem, that is by the gate." Then the 3 mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and carried and brought it to David. But he would not drink of it. He poured it out to the Lord, and said, "Far be it from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Shall I drink the blood of the men who went at the risk of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things that the 3 mighty men did. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief of the 30, and he wielded his spear against 300 men, and killed them, and won a name beside the 3. He was the most renowned of the 30, and became their commander. But he did not attain to the 3. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was a valiant man of Kabzeel, a doer of great deeds. He struck down 2 Ariels of Moab. He also went down and struck down a lion in a pit on a day when snow had fallen. And he struck down an Egyptian, a handsome man. The Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but Benaiah went down to him with a staff, and snatched the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and won a name beside the 3 mighty men. He was renowned among the 30, but he did not attain to the 3. And David set him over his bodyguard. 2 Samuel chapter 23, verses 24 through 39. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem. Shammah of Herod. Elikah of Herod. Helez of the Palite. Ira, the son of Ikesh of Tekoa. Abiezer of Anathoth. Mebenuai the Hashuathite. Salmon and Ahohite. Maharai the Netophah. Helab the son of Baanah of Netophah. Ittai the son of Ribai of Gibeah of the people of Benjamin. Benaiah of Pirathon. Hiddai of the brooks of Gaash. Abban the Arbathite. Azmaveth of Bahuriim. Eliahaba the Shalabonite, the sons of Jashan, Jonathan. Shema the Hararite. Ahiam the son of Sharar, the Hararite. Eliphelet the son of Ahashabai of Maacah. Eliam the son of Ahithophel of Gilo. Hizro of Carmel. Pe'erai the Arbite. Igla the son of Nathan of Zobah. Bani the Gadite. Zelek the Ammonite. Naharai of Beeroth, the armor-bearer of Joab the son of Zeruiah. Ira the Ithrite. Gareb the Ithrite. Uriah the Hittite. 37 in all. 1 Chronicles chapter 11, verses 10 through 17. Now these are the chiefs of David's mighty men, who gave him strong support in his kingdom, together with all Israel, to make him king according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. This is an account of David's mighty men. Jashobeam, the Hachmonite, was chief of the 3. He wielded his spear against 300, whom he killed at one time. And next to him among the 3 mighty men was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Hohite. He was with David at Pasdammim, when the Philistines were gathered there for battle. There was a plot of ground full of barley, and the men fled from the Philistines. But he took his stand in the midst of the plot, and defended it, and killed the Philistines. And the Lord saved them by a great victory. 3 of the 30 chief men went down to the rock to David at the cave of Adullam, when the army of the Philistines was encamped in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in the stronghold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then at Bethlehem. And David said longingly, "Oh, that someone would give me water to drink from the well of Bethlehem that is by the gate. 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verses 18 through 25. Then the three mighty men broke through the camp of the Philistines, and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. But David would not drink it. He poured it out to the Lord, and said, Far be it from me before my God that I should do this. Shall I drink the life blood of these men? For at the risk of their lives they brought it. Therefore he would not drink it. These things did the three mighty men. Now Abishai, the brother of Joab, was chief of the 30, and he wielded his spear against 300 men, and killed them, and won a name beside the three. He was the most renowned of the 30, and became their commander, but he did not attain to the three. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was a valiant man of Kabzeel, a doer of great deeds. He struck down 2 heroes of Moab. He also went down and struck down a lion in a pit on a day when the snow had fallen. And he struck down an Egyptian, a man of great stature, 5 cubits tall. The Egyptian had in his hand a spear like a weaver's beam, but Benaiah went down to him with a staff, and snatched the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and killed him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and won a name beside the three mighty men. He was renowned among the 30, but he did not attain to the three, and David set him over his bodyguard. 1 Chronicles chapter 11 verses 26 through 47. The mighty men were Asahel, the brother of Joab, Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem, Shamath of Herod, Helez the Pelonite, Ira the son of Ikish of Tekoa, Abiezer of Anathoth, Sibbecai the Hushathite, Eli the Ahohite, Maharai of Netophah, Heled the son of Baanah of Netophah, Ittai the son of Ribai of Gibeah, of the people of Benjamin, Benaiah of Parathon, Hurai of the brooks of Gaash, Abiel the Arbathite, Asmaveth of Baharam, Elihabab the Shalabonite, Hashem the Gizonite, Jonathan the son of Shagi the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sakar the Hararite, Eliphal the son of Hefer the Mecherathite, Ahijah the Pelonite, Hezro of Carmel, Naarai the son of Isbai, Joel the brother of Nathan, Mibhar the son of Hagri, Zelek the Ammonite, Naharai of Beeroth, the armor-bearer of Joab the son of Zuriah, Ira the Earthite, Gareb the Earthite, Uriah the Hittite, Zabed the son of Ahalai, Adonai the son of Shizah the Reubenite, a leader of the Reubenites, and 30 with them, Hanan the son of Maacah, and Josaphat the Mithnite, Uzziah the Asterathite, Shammah and Jaal, the sons of Hotham the Arorite, Jedial the son of Shimri, and Joah his brother the Tizite, Eliel the Mahavite, and Jerubai the Joshaviah, the sons of Elnaam, and Ithma the Moabite, Eliel and Obed, and Jaaziel the Mezobaite. 2 Samuel chapter 8 verses 15 through 18. So David reigned over all Israel, and David administered justice and equity to all his people. Joab the son of Zeruiah was over the army, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder, and Zadok the son of Ahitub and Ahimelech were the son of Abiathar were priests, and Seraiah was secretary, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites, and David's sons were priests. 1 Chronicles chapter 18 verses 14 through 17. So David reigned over all Israel, and he administered justice and equity to all his people. And Joab the son of Zeruiah was over the army, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder, and Zadok the son of Ahitub and Ahimelech the son of Abiathar were priests, and Shavzah was secretary. And Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites. And David's sons were the chief officials in the service of the king.
I am a sheep, and the Lord is my shepherd, watching over my soul to keep guarding over me ever, watching wherever I go. And when the winds blow, He is my shelter, and when I'm lost and alone, He rescues me. And when the lion comes, He is my victory, constantly watching over me. He is constantly watching over me.
For our brief devo today, it appears in 2 Samuel 8:18 that there is something untoward with David and his sons. There it says, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kerethites and Pelethites. Remember the name, Benaiah, by the way. And David's sons were priests. And the critic would say, well, wait a second, only the sons of Aaron were allowed to be priests. How was it that David allowed his sons to be priests? And the truth of the matter is, nothing was in error or improper here. The word that's used for priest has other meanings, and one of those was much like that of a minister or a attendant or a servant. And so the American Standard 1901 version translates this verse better. In 2 Samuel 8:18 it says there in the American Standard, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites, and David's sons were chief ministers. And this is also in fitting with the passage, parallel passage in 1 Chronicles 18:17, as there it reads, even in the English Standard, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada was over the Kerethites and the Pelethites, and David's sons were the chief officials in the service of the king. And it also goes to show, before we are too quick to cast judgment or criticize the Bible for maybe having something inaccurate, we need to look first at the translations and see if there are other possible meanings of the words. And here we see that the best meaning for the word that's translated in the English Standard in 2 Samuel 8:18 really should have been minister or chief minister. Hope you enjoyed today's devotional.
We are His children, and He is our Father, watching over our soul. Great is His love for His sons and His daughters.